Welcome to Preaching Previews here at Fairfield Presbyterian Church. Want to give you a little highlight on what's coming for us this Lord's Day. Continuing our study of Joshua. We're in chapter 22. We're looking at the altar of witness. This is where the tribes head back across the Jordan. The 2.5 tribes that basically the promised land was extended in a way into that area. They were there first, but they came to help God's people conquer the rest of the promised land. Now they've gone home. They've built this altar of witness. It's a gigantic replica of the altar. The problem arises that all the other tribes think that this is something they've built that's actually they're going to sacrifice or use for worship. That's not the intent. But you don't know that at first when you read the text. It's not till they actually talk that you see that this is more a way for the folks across the Jordan to remind their children we are Yahweh's people too. And this was a symbol for them to try to remind them of that. What we see in this passage, what's kind of behind all the things going on, is a true devotion to worship. You see that from the tribes that are concerned about this replica being built, and you see that with the folks that built it. And so certainly that's the highlight of the text is a zeal, you might say, for the worship of God. Certainly something that we can apply in our own lives today. There's such an emphasis today, sadly, on individual. I can have my relationship with God. It doesn't have to be in the context of a church. And that's really not the Bible's view. The Bible's view is that if you're a Christian, you're in God's covenant community. And while you have an individual relationship with God, you also have a very important relationship with God in the context of his people. And that is highlighted every Lord's Day when we gather for worship. Hope you can be with us this Lord's Day. If you're not able to be with us, urge you to be somewhere where you know the gospel will be preached. If you don't know where that is, reach out to us on the website through the email. We'll certainly try to give you some help in that regard. We'll gather again Sunday night for evening worship at 6 p.m. Not the same service, not the same sermon, a more informal service, more singing and so forth, but also the preaching of the word. So may God bless you, and may he gather his people together this Lord's Day.